Alright, one of the options I did buy from Matt was a quick change tool post holder. Because like I showed in our video looking at the machine, checking it out, the fixed one, or the 4-position one, uses a 5/8 bit. And the quick change is just easier to set up and get on center. So it comes in a box like that. I'll get all the parts out and we'll take a look at them and see what comes with this setup. Alright, here's what we have in our kit. First thing is the tool post, which is a Loris, wedge style tool post. You got the nut, the main screw handle and that, and the generic plate. Now these PM machines are made, he has them custom made and modified. He has a way of getting around this plate deal, and when we go to the lathe and try to put this tool post on, mount it, I'll show you. But basically you have to have a wrench. You turn this is your locking iron, this is your main nut that'll lock it down to the compound rail. You have your standard turning holder, and by measuring it, measures out to about 560-70 thousandths, which means that this is designed to hold a 1/2-inch shank tool, whether it be an insert tool or a high-speed steel tool. 1/2 inch is what will fit in there. And the thing about this, you can line it up and get it on center, but that's what it is, 1/2 inch or smaller. You can put like a 3/8, 1/4 inch in there. You have a second turning tool, but if you notice there's like a V or a round groove in here. This is so I can put a boring bar in this, a little boring bar. I got a little 3/8 boring bar that'll fit right down in there. And you lock on the flats, and then the round part of the bar engages that thing. So this is like a boring bar holder, or it could be used as a turning tool holder. Now you have the boring bar holder itself. This is for a large boring bar. 5/8 I believe is what this measures. There's a sleeve in there and you see the split. You tighten down these 2 screws and there's like a clamp in there that'll put pressure on this round thing and squeeze it in. So you could either make some little sleeve like this to hold a smaller boring bar, or you can put a sleeve over a boring bar, bolt it to that, line it up, and then squeeze it on the 5/8. So if you had like a 3/8 boring bar, you'd bore out a piece of steel where a 3/8 bar would fit in there, put some set screws in it to lock it, then turn the outside of the sleeve to the 5/8 to fit in there, and then this will work. So you got a boring bar holder. You got a basic knurling tool, which looks like a rough knurl. I don't know anything about changing out the wheels and that on this. And then also you got a position where you got an extra, you could put a tool in here. Probably only use it for facing. Yeah, it only goes one way, but you do have an extra tool position. Probably for a facing, you could use this for a facing cut. And then we have the part off tool, which again is a wedge type. I believe it's a 1/2 inch wide blade, or high blade. I thought it would come with one. It didn't, so I'm kind of dead in the water today. I need this to do some of the things I wanted to do. I needed a parting tool. So now I got to look into getting blades for this. So I might not be able to do much anything today other than maybe set this tool post holder up. Alright, so we'll go to the lathe and see what's on there. We'll remove that one and try to mount this one. And that's what we'll do next. Now this is the tool post holder that comes with the lathe. It's pretty simple. This is a swing this up a ways. You can index this around. and we'll take a look at it. To remove it, swing this handle off. Got a washer on there. And there's a post. There's like a little spring-loaded thing that locks into these, and this rotates around. You know, but you can rotate it to where it'll lock. It will lock down out of place. Now this holds 5/8 tools, 5/8 shank. That's what I put in there and use it to make the cut. So we're going to hang on to this anyway. We're not going to just discard it. It can be used. And then now I'll get a wrench. And if you look, on most lathes there's a T-slot cut out. And that's basically what your block here, your plate, comes with a generic block. And they vary from machine to machine. And a lot of guys, if you get one of these tool post holders, you have to have somebody mill this plate to fit in the T-slot. And a lot of people complained about that. So the one thing Precision Matthews does is we're going to get this stud out because this doesn't fit in there. And I believe that's drilled and tapped. And we should get this plate off and be able to set it up that way with just the drilled and tapped hole. So hang on a minute. Okay, all this is metric, so you'll need like a 12mm wrench. And we'll try to get this loose. You see, I might have to tap that with a hammer or something. Okay, helpful tip number 1. This thing has a set screw that locks it into place over here on the back side of this. Didn't see it. Now it turns freely to be removed. Be nice to hit instructions. I don't know. But yeah, loosen that up. And then this will come out. I was trying to beat that sucker and that wasn't good. Yep, set screw on there. I guess it's machined out so it locks in. Interesting. And as you see, we have a drilled and tapped hole. So let me get this thing apart, and hopefully that thread will fit down in there. I got to untighten this. That's like a 19mm thing. So now this has a new home here on the machine. So let me get that plate off. Okay, we got this loose. We're going to take our generic plate off of here. That's the way they send a lot of these ones made in China. And then you can machine this plate to fit any way you want. But I think PM, what he did, let's take the bolt out. He's got it to just hopefully thread right down in there. Alright. So we're going to back this thing up. Eliminates having to fool around with the plate. So we're going to set this on there. Looks like we may have to, no, that should press down in there. Does look like it goes flush, so we'll find out. Or you might have to remove that little stop. hand tight. Tighten our set screw back. Help lock it in. Like that. Okay. Then we put this down on. And then we give this use your 19. Alright, there we go. Locked in. Locked in too well. Okay, and you just take your tool holder and it gets locked into place. Quick change ones are nicer because you got this little screw that you can back off and that set your center, and then once you got your tool in there, you got another holder, you got a different tool, you can just pull them out, drop them on, and they should be right back where you need them. So that's how it goes. Alright, so now we got the quick change mounted, and that we're going to spin the compound rest around, get it into a good position. But remember, there's a set screw holding that damn shaft in there. I didn't see that. Should have took my time and checked better, but it's on the back side, so it kind of throws you off. You can leave the little ball that just presses the spring-loaded detent thing in there, or you can remove it if you feel like it. I'm going to leave it in there for now. If it becomes a problem, I will figure out how to take it out. Alright, so that's the quick change tool post holder option. I have to go online now and look up for a parting tool, or see if I may have one floating around in here somewhere. I don't know, but it'll take me hours to find it. Alright.